Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how are we today? We are back again. Well, it's been a minute, but we are back again with a TV show type reaction, okay? And this one is called Too Big to Walk. Can marching 500 miles help me lose weight? Well, I guess we're about to find out. But at the same time, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, including every single person that is a subscriber as we continue to grow. Now, with that being said, throughout the video, there may be certain parts that I might mute due to just maybe any copyright music in the background, as well as me just changing the screen throughout the video to obviously, you know, disrupt the visual aspect of it. But with that being said, let's head over to the show. And boy, I'm looking forward to this.
I'll squid your bum. No, I love you.
It's Hayley's last hours at home with her kids, 3-year-old Ivy and Harvey, age 2.
Shortly after my son was born, I didn't really go out of the house for about a year.
So Hayley is 24 stone, just in case you can't, you can't see it. But yeah, she's 24 stone. You can, I don't know how much that is in pounds, but you know, feel free to translate it.
I was worried that people were pointing, not even pointing, just looking at me going, oh, she's so fat.
After handing her kids over to her sister, she leaves home to join the 2-month experiment.
2 months. 2 months. Wow. That's crazy, man. 2 months of walking, man. Jeez, okay, let's get it.
The most southerly point in Britain to start their 500-mile march.
Okay, get rid of that music in the background, you know what I'm saying?
Now I'm feeling sick. I need to eat breakfast. I can go without lunch and dinner. I have to have breakfast. I won't stop. I can moan and cry about it all night long. I'll get up in the morning and you'll still get 100% out of me. I tell my friends what you did to me. I'm assuming, do you know what? This is probably too fast for some of y'all, okay? Let me slow it down real quick. I know me and my ears. I pick up everything, but it's okay.
22-year-old Stacey is here because she wants to become an air hostess. But she's worried she's too fat to squeeze into a plane seat.
That's a good question, though. How much do you have to, what's the maximum weight you can be to be an air hostess, though? That's a good question, to be fair.
It's going to be
let
really
me
hard.
know.
And I've just realised how hard it's going to be.
Right, so Stacey is 23 stone.
She grabs her final snack before her battle to lose weight begins. Most nights they'll be camping out, and 31-stone Vincent from Brighton is scared he'll break the equipment.
Wow, Vincent's 30 stone. Just another thing as well. These guys, they're allowed to eat whatever they normally eat in the whole situation. So they can still eat the same meals. There's no diet meals, nothing like that.
Undertaking for some of these guys, they're so unfit. We have a 400 or 500 meter hill here, and they couldn't even walk in my lab for 4, 5, 6 minutes. So it'd be very interesting to see how they cope with the very first hill, let alone 6 miles that we're hoping to do today.
Nothing like this has ever been tried before, and the local press have turned up to see the walkers off.
Wow.
I do not want to be the fat mum at the school gates and have my kids teased for me being big or anything like that.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. 500 miles in 2 months. 6 miles the first day. Damn. That sounds challenging already, you know. I don't know if I could do that. I probably could, but I don't know. I've never tried it. Have I tried it before? I probably have done it as a child, because you know, when you're a child, you don't, you know, you only have your bicycle, so you walk most of the time, and you're not walking, you're cycling. Anyway, let's go. Whatever, let's go.
Like that.
I really genuinely hope that they actually can complete today, let alone what's letting in store for them tomorrow.
3, 2, 1,
Hooray!
Their 500-mile adventure will take them from the Devon coast up through the Welsh valleys, over the peaks of the Lake District, and across the Scottish lowlands to Edinburgh.
Wow, okay. They're going from all the way from the south of England, all the way to Edinburgh. Edinburgh is in Scotland, just in case you don't know where Edinburgh is, just in case.
5 minutes into the walk.
I think Edinburgh's the capital of Scotland. It's not Glasgow, isn't it? No. That's Aberdeen. Oh, great. My Scot people, I'm so sorry if I've got it wrong.
They face their first challenge, Stockham's Hill.
Why did you start us on a hill?
Good question.
After just 300 yards, Stacey is really struggling.
Can't even hold in Texas barbed wire. I don't want a cigarette again.
I'm dying.
There's a bench.
Stacey is 22 and lives with her mum in East London. She's under no illusions as to why she...
Sorry.
First, I'll eat lunch probably about 2 o'clock, and then I'll have dinner probably about 6, 7 o'clock, and then I'll have a snack about 11 o'clock. And if I'm still up, I'll have something to eat probably about... And if I've gone to the pub and I've had dinner about 6, 7 o'clock, I'll then go to the pub and go and get kebab. Yeah.
The walking she usually does is across the road to the corner shop.
My fat.
So Stacey's admitted that she's lazy. On the walk, and only walking she's admitted to is to the corner shop. Interesting.
It's holding me back. I just think that if I was a lot thinner, if I was like even a size 16 or whatever, I just feel that I could do everything I wanted to do.
My back's hurting, and my legs hurting, and my toes hurting, and
There's a lot
that's
hurting.
it. I just want to lay down now. Even I don't even care if I have to lay in the cowpo.
1 hour in, and actor Vincent is still only halfway up the hill. He's sick of getting only comedy fat parts, so he's joined the march to transform his career.
Vince is struggling.
Ah, okay,
He's
so
the
he's an
biggest
actor, comedy fat parts. I got it.
guy. He weighs over 200 kilos. So he's packing a good 50 more than a lot of other people here.
I'm going to go up with
Fitness expert Matt Wilson is carrying life-saving equipment in case any of the walkers collapse.
Someone fit this is embarrassing.
Haley's struggling. She's mentioned to me now that she gets a sore calf walking around Sainsbury's. There's no doubt that they are in shocking condition, absolute shocking condition. These guys think that we're going to help them all the way, but really they've got to help themselves. So we're essentially giving them the bare essentials, and then they're left to their own devices.
We've made it! It's a miracle!
At last, they've covered the first half a mile in their trek across Britain.
Good.
Stacey thinks they deserve a reward.
We want beer.
A nice couple of beers. We'll get eased into it, won't it?
Thank you. Yes.
A nice couple beers, you know. I mean, I don't know if beers. I don't know if I'll be thinking about beers, to be honest with you, during this walk. I'll be thinking about energy drinks, to be honest with you. I'm not about the energy drink life, but this will be one of those times I need some energy, for sure. But okay.
Like this.
Can we
It's
have
a bad
one beer,
idea.
though? That's not going to kill us, is it?
It's all about you making your own decisions, not me telling you what you can and can't do.
Is it more sensible to not have a beer, or is it more sensible to have a beer?
No, but that cake ain't one.
It's nothing to do with
I
sensible.
like that though. I like that. It's not about him telling them what to do. It's about them making their own choices. And it's interesting. She's like, so is it sensible to have a beer or is it not sensible to have a beer? Can you imagine the discussions they're having right now? But yeah, no, I like the way he's doing that. I like the way the show's doing it. To be fair, you know, they don't tell them what they can and cannot eat. They just say, listen, we just got to make it to 500 miles. Simple as that in 2 months.
Oh, all right, then willpower then, because if all of us had willpower, none of us would be facts. We'll say, do you know what? I'm not going to have that cake today.
Anything else?
Sandwich in there somewhere.
Running late, they agree to skip the pub. Let's have a snack instead.
Wise mood.
Half an
Wise
hour
choice.
later, they head off. With 5 miles still to walk to tonight's camp, student Adam storms off ahead.
They're really waiting for us. Yeah, so much wait for the slow walkers.
person sets the pace. I've waited for all of them when they've been the slowest.
Yeah, I'm facing my own battle here, do you know what I mean? I'm just sort of head down.
23
There you go.
zone.
Keep going.
Adam is 30 and lives with
I
his
like it though. I like the fact that he said, I'm facing my own battle here. I like that, man. Do you know what I mean? It's instead of looking for motivation from others, he's looking for motivation within himself. That's brilliant, man. Shout out to the guy.
wife, Cherry. They're both into Chinese cooking, but the more they cook, the fatter Adam gets.
No, I'm carrying 10 stone around with me every day. Can you imagine having to hump that around me every day? It's bleeding, it's tiring. People don't
day.
appreciate that. They just see you and they don't realise there's 10 stone extra on you. Can you imagine having to carry a sofa around with you all day?
Adam
Oh man, these are proper erudite. Sorry. Yeah, so he's that's London. It's London, isn't it? He's a proper Londoner, man. Every day, you know what I'm saying? Can you imagine Carol down? Sorry.
He's nearly doubled his weight in 10 years, but he's determined to change.
You know, I'm 30, I'm still salvageable. You know, I need to just do something.
Man, I said I'm 30, I'm still salvageable. Sorry. He's full on London here. This guy is making me laugh, but he's too much. Sorry. It's just one of them lingo kind of things. Like, if you're from the UK and, you know, you might find the same humor that I find him, but yeah.
I need to get up and go.
Oi, Adam. Wait.
They might need your help to just have a bit of encouragement.
What the mountaineers do is they climb the top of Everest, don't they? It's all every man for themselves. He's giving it out, it's a bit selfish, you know. The fact that
My guy, man. It's every man for himself. Come on now. I like this guy, man. Do it for yourself, bro. Come on now. It's your future on the line. Don't let no one else pull you down. But of course, at the same time, it's good to motivate others. But if he's on a journey of his own, trying to get somewhere, how can you motivate others if you haven't done the same? I feel like it's easier to motivate people knowing that you've done it. You know what I mean? So you know every single thing that they're going through. But if you're doing it together and then they're fussing while you're trying to battle yourself going forward, you know what I mean? Because whatever they're going through, he's going through it too, but he's fighting against it. He can't have them bringing him down. You know what I mean? But I mean, I understand. I understand. There's so many ways you can look at it. But let's get into it, man.
we're not all walking eight, you know, holding hands going down the road. But, you know, to be honest, I'm sort of doing my own battle. There is a campsite up there. See the sign.
After 8 hours, they reach camp. They've walked just 6 of the 500 miles. There's still the tents to pitch, and Stacey's convinced she's injured.
So we'll see. I bet it's all gone blue. Hope it has. Everyone feels sorry for me.
Pardon?
This one.
Show the others.
She's a fuss pot, this one.
The group will be camping most nights. Some have never pitched a tent before.
This music in the background, man. It's gotta go. It's gotta go, go, go.
Adam charges ahead as usual and gets his tent up first.
Come on, Adam.
He's got an extra large sleeping bag and a futon because he's too heavy for camp beds.
Adam's my guy. I like Adam.
That's not normal.
But putting up tents is the last thing on Stacey's mind.
Yeah. My toes hurting.
I want to see toes.
Yeah, I don't want to have to like be dropping that or nothing, or you send me home in a couple of days and go, actually, do you know what? You fractured it.
Wait, if it was fractured now, doing this, you'd be screaming.
Fitness expert Matt can't help, but Vince thinks he has
She is a drama queen. She sounds like one of the kids that I be teaching. You know? Yeah. Oh, I think I've broken my ankle. I think I've sprained it. I think I've twisted my ankle. Have you? Well, you're walking, are you? Listen, man. I can already. I mean, I think it's very evident who's going to be the problem one. You know what I mean? Who's going to be the fussy one throughout the whole damn thing, man? What's wrong with you, girl, man? Come on, come on. So it's only been 6 miles so far. I mean, compared to 500 miles, it's only 6 miles.
the answer.
See, I do a lot of psychic stuff as well.
Do you? I love psychic shit.
Yeah.
Can you read people?
Only if I'm doing healing work, generally. I can show you what I do. Yeah, just close your eyes. Take a deep breath. No, it's cool, it's cool. You feel it though. You feel something though?
Not yet.
No.
Right, so I'll try to do it.
Yeah, no, it's okay. People find it funny the first time sometimes. It's a very new technique.
Okay.
With 494.
Well, at least my man's trying to do something about it, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Supporting each other throughout the thing is one thing to do, you know what I mean? But like, I feel like if you feel like someone's weighing you down, it's every man for himself. You know what I mean?
4 miles ahead of them, the group is going to need more than Vince's psychic healing to finish the march. 8 people are trying to lose weight and transform their lives by walking across Britain.
Day 2, man. I wonder how day 2 is gonna plan out for them. You know what I'm saying?
I don't do tents. I don't do them, and I'm living out of a bag. I don't even know what anything is. I had to wear a thong today because I can't find my normal knickers. So I'm gonna have chef's arse again by the end of the day, and so I had to wear them. It's like
you gonna have what again today?
Chef's arse. I did it the other day.
What does that mean?
It's when the sweat trickles down your back into your crack, and you just have to keep going, and it just rubs, and then it gets all sore and stuff, and you can't do nothing about it.
So yeah.
we can see.
Oh, that is too much. And I mean too much information, but okay. Oh man, Jesus Christ. Anyone that's a part of this channel, of course, if you know about Foodie Booty, man, I hope she doesn't ever tell us this type of story now. Come on now. But let's continue.
Yesterday's 6-mile walk has given 24-stone Hayley blisters, but she can't reach her own feet to treat them.
Jane's just padding out my heels for me because I'm having trouble with my heels.
Today, they've got to walk another 6 miles to a campsite in Honiton, but they're running late because of PR girl Alice from Leicester.
Started being sick in the toilets. I was sipping water, but just kept coming. So just this morning, because I haven't had any sleep, I think I just feel really weak and pathetic.
Alice is hoping this walk will change her life with boyfriend Craig forever.
I want to get married and wear a stunning dress and not
21 stone.
Fat dress. It makes me look even worse. Chocolate.
Every time she's tried to lose weight so far, she's failed. But Alice is convinced this time it'll be different.
I mean, I'm hoping for it's going to be different because, boy, a girl is snacking up on those snacks.
But Craig is not so sure.
She'll look at the negative side of everything. She'll try and find excuses to quit or to give up or an excuse to say why it's different.
That must be so hard for him, you know what I mean? So hard for him.
Alice stops.
You all right? Are you all right, Alice?
She's feeling sick again.
So this is half a mile into day 2 and she's already stopping, but she feels sick, just so you know.
Come on, you're doing really well.
I want to go home.
No, you don't.
I need to get some food.
I want to go home. No, you don't.
Otherwise, I feel like I'm going to pass out. So. Beer!
Luckily for Alice, lunch is...
That woman shut her down quickly. I want to go home. No, you don't. I mean, even though the video is sped up, it was just the way she just shut it down real quick, man.
Just around the corner.
I'm getting the ploughman's platter. I think I put more cheese on.
16-ounce sirloin steak, $15.99. It's worth it, you know it is.
But before they can even order, there's more trouble from Alice. She's sitting in Vince's chair.
I mean, no, I'll just do another one. It's okay.
Who's it up? Is it moving?
Oh, I didn't. You did tell me to watch it. I forgot. Sorry.
It's fine. No, sit back down. I'm already moving the chair. Yeah. Sorry, I know you've been ill. No, I was a complete dick.
No, I just didn't know it was your seat, honey.
No, it's fine. I shouldn't have. That's a total overreaction. Oh, you're right then.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just homesickness is really affecting me at the moment. So I'm looking some way to have such a great family and a great friends, but in other ways it's really hard to leave them.
But you've got to remember this, by doing this, you're making your life with them so much longer. You know, you're adding an extra 20 years potentially to your life.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, right now I'm here on my hands and knees because I can't, you know, sit any other way except for in a chair.
Well, you go sit back down, please.
No, because that means getting up and walking again for a bit.
Honestly, though.
Man said that means getting up and walking for a bit. He's like, stop, please, don't do that. Come on. But I get it.
Alice obviously isn't feeling herself, and she orders just a sandwich.
Thank you. Cheers.
But that doesn't put the others off tucking into a hearty meal.
Where do you start?
2 hours later, and with more than half the day gone, the group still has 4 miles to cover. And it's not easy going. Stiles, brambles, and another steep hill.
Straight up.
I mean, I'm curious though, will this whole journey thing help them change their mind in terms of what they want to, so basically throughout the whole thing, right, you know, when you're doing so much like exercise, after a while, when you go eat, not generally, but sometimes your brain can be like, okay, I've done all this walking, I've done all this exercise. Is it really worth me having a meal that's going to kind of counteract it, or should I just like have something lighter, so therefore, you know, with the work that I'm putting in, feels more worth it, if that makes sense. I'm curious if the whole idea is kind of like a reverse psychology to the mind, you know, that hey, you can eat whatever you want, but then eventually they will start to change their own mind about what they eat. That must be a part of it, but let's continue. Let's go.
Hayley's blistered feet are holding her back too. Finally, they make it to the top of the hill, but they have to stop to wait for Alice again.
Damn.
And Hayley, for one, loses all patience with her.
She's told me today she's homesick because she's not feeling well.
No,
I'm sorry, you are.
She's got me through life.
You're not sympathetic. I fucking want that.
Yeah, that's
Oh, they're going at it. Damn. Let me slow it down because boy, when people talk over each other, you ain't hearing nothing, man.
Every one of us told her she didn't have to do it. Every one of us.
Let me go back a little bit there.
No,
I'm sorry, you are.
She's got me.
Finally, they make it to the top of the hill, but they have to stop to wait for Alice again. And Hayley, for one, loses all patience with her.
She's told me today she's homesick because she's not feeling well.
No,
I'm sorry, you are.
She's got me through life.
You're not sympathetic. I fucking want that.
Yeah, that's
We all told her. Every one of us told her she didn't have to do it. Every one of us told her she didn't have to do it.
Can we just calm it down now, please?
Yeah? So now she wants to go home.
Yeah.
Both times I've said something, Stacey's gone off, got a bit nuts. And then I've been accused of being cold-hearted when I said, look, come on, we can't keep putting up with this. We've got to we've got to carry on regardless. And I've been saying
exactly, because everybody's going through similar battles anyway, you know what I mean, of being unable to stay motivated all the time. So to motivate yourself as well as motivate others isn't always an easy thing, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I understand where she's coming from. You know, I get where she's coming from. I just know that for myself in particular, I can only speak for myself, right? If I was in this position right now and I felt like somebody was holding me back, sympathy, what sympathy? That's all I can say for that. I'm just keeping it honest about how I would be going about it and how I would be like, you know what? This person's just getting my nerves. Like, yo, I came here to prove to myself that I can do 500 miles in 2 months and I'm not going to let anyone slow me down or pull me back. If there's people that maybe need a little bit of assistance, I'll do what I can. But once I've given them the assistance, which she has, and then they still want to carry on whining, then I'm out, because I can't have them triggering me to then start want to whine and start to doubt myself too, that I can't do it. Does that make sense? But let's keep it going, man.
Cold-hearted and harsh and unsympathetic, and I'm not. You know, I'm quite a sympathetic person.
As they wait, team leader Matt tries to get to the bottom of what's upsetting Alice.
I had to watch everybody eat steak and chips while I was trying to force a sandwich down myself. I know that sounds really pathetic.
No, far from it.
Because that's where I get a lot of my comfort from, and I'm not even getting that at the moment.
I think if you gave up now, you will regret this for the rest of your life. This is a fantastic opportunity. And the reason why you don't face up to emotions in your life is exactly what's happening at this very point in time now.
It's because I just give up.
Yeah.
And I go for the easy option all the time.
And this time, the easy option is calling a cab and checking into the nearest hotel.
I feel bad. I don't feel good about the decision because I think it's giving up.
I mean, at least she's taking accountability. You know what I mean? The moment you start to take accountability is the moment you should generally start to go forward. You know what I mean? In the right direction.
But enough's enough. I know myself as a 27-year-old adult that when I'm going to break, and I'm close to breaking point, so.
The rest of the group finally complete their 6-mile ordeal and reach the night's camp. They pitch their tents, knowing Alice is recuperating in a local hotel.
No one's actually witnessed her being sick, but she says she's been sick, so you've got to take her word for it, because you can't go around calling people liars without evidence.
Hayley ain't playing, you know. She be like, no one's seen her be sick, but oh, it's getting all spicy up in here. Yo, man, this is only episode 1 as well. Listen, if you're enjoying this so far and you're still watching it, if you want to see a part, if you want to see me do a reaction to episode 2 as well, let me know.
The bloody excuses, do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to sound bitchy or anything like that, but you know, you knew what you were in for a little bit. At least give it a bloody shot, you know. Day 1, day 2, checking into a hotel, you know. I don't know what mate, really.
Today, the group have another 6-mile journey to complete. They set off from the campsite, and Alice joins them from her hotel.
Yeah. Okay, let's get moving.
But she soon starts to struggle.
Again.
And an hour into the walk, matters take a dramatic turn for the worse.
Do you want to roll on your back for me? And it, Gary, if you can just...
She must have something... Listen, it's either one, she's literally just doing this for pure attention, you know, because she just doesn't want to put the work in because she's so negative in her own head, because we've already sussed that she has a very negative mindset. So maybe she's allowing them negative mindset to start to manipulate herself to believe that, oh no, she can't do it, and therefore she's trying to look for that attention so people then feel sorry for her. There is that potential, right? Or she's just struggling as hell. I don't know, but boy, it's getting too much, man. I feel sorry for every single other person that's here that's trying to do this for themselves. Meanwhile, Alice over here, every single day is something new. It just doesn't seem like she's got a single push of or a single like ounce of just push to keep going, you know. It's literally the first thing, let me crumble. It's actually quite frustrating, to be fair with you. Jesus Christ, man. Oh. I don't know. I'm trying to be sympathetic and say maybe there's other things going on, but I don't know, man. She signed up for it, and the bottom line is she signed up for it. That's it.
Stand here for me.
What else can I say?
There you go. And Alice, just sit up for me. And Gary will support you with the 2 knees behind your back. Okay? Okay, there you go. Okay, so just relax. What would you like the group to do?
Whatever you want, Alice, we will do.
Carry on, and I'll have to sort my head out and see how I feel.
See you
tomorrow.
Okay.
With Alice unable to go on, the group has to decide whether to continue walking or wait for her. Hayley has made up her mind.
Can't do that.
Well,
I'm not being funny. If that was me sitting in Alice's place, I would be hoping you lot would be having the strength of mind to make the decision that we're only just doing 6 miles at the moment. We're never going to do 10 miles tomorrow. Never.
Facts.
Who wants to go on today? I do.
I will try and carry on today and finish today.
Well, you're going to be with Alice?
I'm going to be with Alice.
Well, I'll take them and do today.
All right.
See you guys later. Have fun. Yeah.
The group splits in 2, and even Jane, who's been sympathetic to Alice so far, is losing patience.
She's been given a lifetime chance here.
Yeah.
And you've got to grab it and go for it.
She needs to toughen up, and that's exactly what she needs to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've definitely made the right decision in carrying on today.
Not just in miles, but in bleeding achievement. Do you know what I mean?
And don't forget, everyone here is not on the same. They don't all weigh the same. They all weigh different weights. There's just 23, 31, 24, 25. You know what I mean? Stone, right? So, like I said, you got to do it for yourself. Do it for yourself, man. Come on now. I mean, the guy here on the blue anyway, was it turquoise, blue, whatever? You know, I think he's the biggest one there. You know what I mean? And what he doesn't need is anyone bringing him down. To be fair, because he's depending on his body, he's potentially got the longest journey ahead of him because he weighs the most, you know, depending obviously his body and obviously what comes with it, because I know some people may have certain things that stops them, but it hasn't been declared that it has not been declared that anyone on this episode has anything like that stops them from losing weight at a certain rate. Everyone seems to be like at a normal situation, so therefore they're all in the same kind of boat, if that makes sense. But of course, genetics is still genetics. But let's continue.
It's the first time in our life we said yes instead of no, and we got this done. And I just feel.
I love it. First time in my life I said yes, and first time in my life I said yes and not no. I like that. I love it. This guy, man, I like it.
Meanwhile, Alice has been driven ahead to tonight's campsite and put to bed.
It's okay. I mean, it's fine. It's 37 exactly. You haven't got a drop in internal body temperature, which is a great thing.
Matt can't find anything physically wrong. But Alice is still thinking of giving up, and later decides to seek boyfriend Craig's advice.
I know you think it's going to be a lifetime, but believe me, it isn't. You're almost finished the first week.
Yeah.
We're not going to let you give up on a great opportunity. We just can't. You'll hate yourself and you'll hate us.
Alice decides to try harder.
Good.
The next morning, she takes the lead.
I mean, it's about time. You know what I mean? This is what she needed to do. But boy, all right, they're in Somerset right now. Where my Somerset people at? But so right now there's music being played. That's all. But the fact is, though, you know, hopefully this is now the best. Hopefully now Alice is actually, you know, in a situation where she's finally found that oomph. She spoke to her husband. Hopefully he's given her the motivation that she needs. And but to be honest with you, like, yo, if she complains anymore, if it was me, I'll be like, you know what? girl gotta go, man. I can't be doing this, you know. I mean, I'm just trying to put myself in the same position as everybody else, you know.
I just feel worse. And it's the same three spaces. It's not even like my toes, they hurt, then they stop. But the three main problem areas are getting worse.
You keep going,
Back
Hayley.
home, Hayley spends all her time with her kids. As a result, she's put on weight and lost her confidence.
I don't go out with my friends. I don't really have friends now. I just shut myself off. I don't have boyfriends because in my mind about being so big.
That's sad, man. Listen, she's saying that, you know, she doesn't have boyfriends because way she's so big, she just doesn't want to be touched. That's sad, man.
Hey, which way? Down. Thank you. Sorry, I can't stop because I'm never going to start again.
Hayley's attitude is starting to grate with the rest of the group, especially Alice.
Left or right? Because we were stood there looking at them. Left or right?
Sorry, I can't stop otherwise. What's you again? Sorry, I can't stop otherwise. Hold on, let me go back a little bit.
Which way? Which way? Down. Thank you. Sorry, I can't stop because I'm never going to start again.
Okay, yeah, listen, it is what it is, man. You got to do. Here's the thing: people's mindsets are going to change, right? People's attitudes are going to change. But the fact is, though, the question is, though, your mindset and your attitude, is it changing for you to keep going, or is it changing for you to stop going? If it's changing for you to keep going, the hell of it, man. I don't care how rude she wants to become. If she is becoming rude or arrogant or whatever they think she's being, she's trying to do the best thing for her. She knows if she stops, it's game over. And we've all been through that point. You know, everyone's like, oh man, if I go home, like for example, me, if I've had a long day at work and I come home before I go gym, I'll be like, listen, I say to myself, if I go home, I don't think I'm gonna leave again. So I've got to go straight to the gym now, no matter what. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's continue.
Hayley's attitude is starting to grate with the rest of the group, especially Alice.
Left or right? Because we were stood there looking at them. Left or right? That's more like it. Left or right?
The thing is, we are still, you know, still only in week one and getting to know each other, and she obviously has got a few anger issues. But she needs to work out herself. You know, we're not here to give her psychology support, psychiatrist support, whatever the support.
Yeah.
Because we've all got our own demons to...
Coming from Alice!
But
Coming from Alice! Alice is...
There's a certain sense of, I don't know, niceness that you've got to be, I think, and she's not really doing that.
Finally,
man,
they reach the
listen, man.
campsite, but
All I want to say is this, yeah, if you're on a journey to try and do something that you've never done before, who wants to be nice, man? I couldn't care less about being nice. I need to get there, especially if I'm doing it with some random people that I've never met before that I'm probably not even going to speak to again. Listen, I'm staying on course no matter what. You are not derailing me or stopping me or slowing me down. Simple as that, man, because end of the day, you got to use your own self-mechanism, your own self-motivation to keep going, right? You can't, nah. But Alice, out of all people, Alice, be quiet.
Don't improve.
Please do not call me darling. Yeah, I don't like it. It's creepy, all right? I find it creepy.
See, like, I just moaned, man. Look at the sky, it's all blue. Look at the fucking sun's coming out. Look at that grass, it's all green. I fucking hate green grass.
Later that night, the group decide to confront Hayley.
Well, I just want to sort of ask what's up with Hayley.
There's just something about you, Vince, that I can't quite get to grips with yet.
Yeah, but there's something about you I can't quite get to grips with. There's something about me that
exactly, but I can't be warm to people that I haven't sussed out completely yet, you understand?
You know, we just got to dig in with it, do you know what I mean?
I can't be warm with people that I haven't completely sussed out.
It's going to be a bloody long 8 weeks for you if you go down that road, do you know what I mean? We don't want it to happen at all. Just bloody take it on the chin and just... People are different, man.
But also take into consideration, I've spent the last 3 years in a house with 2 children.
I spent the last year and a half on my own.
3 years with 2 little kids alone in my house.
I don't see that as an excuse.
Everything that everybody says to you, you know, you just get a negative comment back. There's some things here that we're trying to help you with because it's for your own good, okay? You've said that you've been stuck in your house for the last 3 years. Well, this is a good chance to, you know, socialise with people and get on with them and see different kinds of people. We're all completely different. You can't keep being negative about it.
It's lonely. See, this is how I felt at home. I just lonely.
Really? Were you hoping it was going to be different?
I was hoping it was going to be different. I was hoping I was going to maybe make a friend. Just one would have done.
Hayley is close to quitting, and the group's about to be put under more strain when someone...
I mean, here's the thing. Obviously, it's evident that Hayley struggles with social skills. She's obviously been with her children for 3 years at home. You know, no boyfriends because she's been avoiding them, you know. I don't know about her family per se, but again, the family aren't always going to be there, right? So it's crazy though. Maybe there's just it's hard though, isn't it? Because everybody here has got a different challenge. Everybody here is there for a different reason. So they've all got their different battles, and they all are going to be defaultly stuck in their own ways. And some of them are trying to take themselves out of their own ways of trying to better themselves, right? So, and the other thing, because the whole challenge is about walking 500 bloody miles, you know what I mean, in the space of 2 months now, it's really going to test people's mentalities in terms of how much they're willing to push themselves to go forward, but also at the same time, how much they're willing to take from other people whilst they're also trying to push themselves forward. Now, if they feel like some people are slowing themselves down with X, Y, Z, then I guess they got to do whatever they feel is best. Because remember, they're trying to change what is defaultly about them. And what's defaultly about them is always quitting. That's what they want. That's what they're trying to change. They're trying to change that quitting part of themselves. Yeah. So when that happens, the mentality you're gonna go through is going to do. It's gonna be all over the place. So to be honest with you, I think this would be a situation where anyone would find it hard to be balanced in general. Balanced, whether in motivating themselves, balancing whether in knowing how to be social, balancing in terms of even caring about anyone else, balancing in understanding other people's feelings. The balance isn't really going to be there. The only time these lovely people are gonna get to a balance is probably when it comes to the last 2 weeks. More, if not the last week. That's when the balance is going to come. But it's only been what, 2 days, or what's, you know what I mean, 2-3 days now. No balance is going to come. So I think they all need to give each other time to really develop it, to really understand each and every single one of their needs. You see what I'm saying? And then maybe this balance comes in of being social and X, Y, Z, because again, they're all going through different things. But let's go, man.
One is taken seriously ill. After 5
it's only day 6
trekking through Devon, the group enters Somerset.
Come on, it's only day 6, man, and they're come on, no. Give it more time. Give it more time. You know, but yeah.
It's their first big town, Bridgewater.
And to be fair, my man, the guy that I like, man, like, yo, I was surprised he was saying that kind of stuff, because he was the one that was like, well, everyone's in it for themselves. You know what I mean? And now he's saying one thing. Bro, come on, man. Bridgewater. Hey, I've been to Bridgewater before, man. Nice little location.
They don't get a very warm welcome.
Yeah, you would have stopped me. What can you say there? I do want to suffocate. Yeah.
We got insulted on the way up here.
No, we don't get it right.
We got a better one than you.
Me and Jack got called Teletubbies.
Yeah, you get some people that drive by. I mean, I've had it before. Yeah, and they'll just shout abuse at you, like fatty or, yeah, oh my God, look at size that freak. Yeah, things like that.
The group has walked 42 miles in 5 days, and everyone is exhausted. There's no campsite in town, so they decide to check into a local hotel to recover.
Have you got back in your room?
Don't know. Come on, drop
You have in it.
This is it. Come in. Oh my
I'm
God,
happy
this
for
is
them, man.
luxurious.
I'm proud
Look
of
at the bathroom. Look at the size of the room. Brilliant. Oh, this is fantastic. Oh, I'm going nowhere. This is it for me.
Alice gets straight on the phone to
I
boyfriend.
want to lie to you, man. Like, wait. At the campsite, did they have a bed at the campsite? I don't know. Either way, this is luxury right now in a nice little apartment.
Craig again.
Hiya. I'm not very good.
I just can't with this
I
one.
need to talk you through some stuff.
Sorry, I've got to take my shoes off. You want to see what's under my socks?
Oh, yeah, the bandages.
Oh, that is swollen, and my socks are stuck to my blister plasters. That's relief. Let's see what the damage is on this one now. They're in absolute agony.
Hayley's feet are in a really bad way simply because she is so overweight. If you take anybody's foot, they actually have a fat pad that sits underneath the heel, and as you heel strike, that fat pad is essentially a natural cushioning. Except because she's so overweight, you're actually compressing that fat pad, so it's very, very thin, and her heel bone is smacking the floor.
Sad,
My legs
man.
must weigh, like, I guess, 8 stones.
That's hella sad, man. I mean, now I know why. Now, this is why she said what she said about, you know, if I stop now, then I won't go again. You know what I mean? She once her heels are in a certain position, she's just like, I just got to keep going. Let me just go that little bit further before I rest, okay? But once I stop and I rest, her getting up again and putting that same pressure on the heels I can't imagine what that feels like. You know? And I mean, for me now, like I generally have flat feet, right? So when I buy shoes, I can't buy shoes with a heel with a hump thing, whatever you call it, that really goes into my foot. Otherwise, it's gonna hurt me after a couple of like minutes, let alone hours.
Tim and Hayley decide there's only one way to soothe their aching muscles: a full body massage.
Oh,
So anywhere particularly sore on your back?
that sounds.
No?
Levelings at the moment, I think.
Jeez, man's got a hairy back, you know.
I've kind of not looked after myself for a while. I'm not in denial about anything.
I need me one of these,
I like to
man.
eat. It's hard. But then when I've been in my house and it's just been me and my kids and I get lonely and, you know, food is my friend. There's no one else to talk to. But I'm starting to learn that it's not my friend because it's caused all these problems now that I'm having. It's down to food. Well, I've learnt my lesson because when this weight's off, I do not plan to get big again.
Listen, I hope not.
Reinvigorated by the pampering, they persuade the group to have a night out.
And let's not forget though, she suffers from confidence like deeply. Like she hasn't been near anyone because she's so disgusted by herself. You know what I mean? So whatever battle that she's going through, you know what I mean? It's a deep one as well as everyone else's deep one too.
That looks wicked actually, so it's alright now.
Do you want to wear it out?
Can I? I know.
You want to wear it?
It's so long since Hayley's been out that she has to borrow an outfit.
Little gold shoes.
I'll try them on.
They're wide.
Okay, well they need to be.
We have no social life being here. All we do is walk and sleep and moan. So we need to go out and get pissed. But it's just sad that I know that I'm not going to get off with anyone this evening because the choice of the people ain't that good. I don't care about being fat. I still have really good sex, you know, when I do and stuff. Far apart. But like, I still get chatted up and stuff, and I don't have a problem with being fat.
Do you know, it's true though, right? Stacey? It's easier for a fat bird to pull than it is for a fat bloke.
Well, yeah, Adam was telling me that.
It's so true.
But then you just like get pissed off your face and they won't love you anyway. You just have to linger around to the end of the night.
I wonder if that's true though. Is it easier for a big woman to pull than it is for a big guy? Okay, so anyone who doesn't know what pull means, obviously if you're from the UK. So basically what they're trying to say, it's easier for an oversized woman to get a man. You know, so if she goes out, it's easier for them to get a man's attention than it is for an overweight guy to get a woman's attention, basically. So pulling, like, you know, when you go out and, you know, you're trying to, you know, you're flirting with someone, you know what I mean? You know, but you want to get them to go back with you, you know what I mean? Or you're trying to get their number. Yeah, pull, but yeah. Cheeky little breakdown for you guys. Mm-hmm.
Who's gone the most and you just grab them. I'm only joking.
It's a perfect Saturday night out. Monday morning, time to set off again. But during a routine check, team physiologist Matt notices a serious problem with Jane.
It's quite a dent here. You notice that?
It's kind of sad though, man. Like, oh damn, both of her legs are swollen.
I messaged the doctor for this and have a chat with her.
Okay, good.
This walk is especially important for Jane, as it'll help her fulfill a long-held dream.
Even at 41, I haven't given up all hope of having a family. I don't know whether it's physically possible for me to have a child now. Because of my weight, it's too scary. So get my weight down, get me fit, and then we'll have a go.
Matt's so worried, he's called for a second opinion. The news isn't good.
I spoke to a couple of docs who are very well experienced. They don't like what's going on,
right.
And they want to refer you to a cardiologist pretty much as soon as possible.
Right.
Okay.
So I can't walk today then? Can I walk?
No, you can't walk today.
So there's a possibility my heart isn't working properly?
There is that possibility that it could be in an early stage of failure because you don't take any exercise, because you're overweight, because you have severe edema in the legs and it's leaking. These are all sort of precursors for that sort of symptom.
I feel for her, man, because you know what though, the moment when she was, oh yeah, so I can't walk today, that touched me, man, because you know it just shows you how motivated she is. You know what I mean, to get through this, you know, and but I guess the good thing about her doing this was that they were the show, you know, that they were able to identify that she has something going on with her body. You know what I mean? She would have probably never known that her heart, you know, was even in this situation if she hadn't been on this show, to be honest with you. So at least there's some good that come. I mean, apart from making the 500 miles, at least there's extra good coming out of it too, you know?
Jane doesn't want the group to know how serious it is. She asked them to start walking without her.
I don't want to stop jeopardise all of you when it's something that's outside of our control because we don't know how long the tests are going to take. Don't worry, we'll sort it out when we know what's happening. Go on, don't be silly. Let's not crying, just let me off. Go on, it's off.
Matt loses no time in taking Jane to accident and emergency.
Right, so what's been going on with you then?
Well, I've been walking, but I noticed on my leg I've got this sort of red marking on my leg got bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of spread out around. Bits have appeared outside the line.
The good news is Jane's heart is okay, but she has something almost as dangerous, cellulitis, a life-threatening infection common in obese people. If untreated, it can cause rapid blood poisoning and even lead to amputation.
I think it's not going to do it any favours. Continue to walk on it. We'll put you on a fairly hefty antibiotic regime. It's going to be a combination of a couple of antibiotics. But I think you need to stay off the legs, keep your legs up, and you probably need to do that for at least sort of 48 hours. And you might find that you can start again and finish the trip. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Sorry about that.
I haven't faced up to the possibility of going home yet. I don't want to think about that.
Stay strong, woman. Stay strong.
That sounds like I don't want to go home and see my family and my husband, but I do. I mean, I do.
No. She's got to do what she can to stay strong, you know. I love what's pushing her forward. You know what I mean? The music stopped. Oh, back with some more music. I'll be honest with you, man. So far, I'm happy for every single one of them. You know, I mean, obviously there's frustrations, but no one's actually necessarily quit yet, which is brilliant. And like I said, it's only day 6, day 7 now, anyway. So there's a lot they need to do, you know. And they're not going to be able to balance things out in just a space of 1 week, you know. So But yeah, no, I like this TV show, man. I can't believe I missed this on TV, you know. But hey ho, life goes on, hey. Let's not mess about.
And I need a hairdryer.
Are we tall on the ankles?
No,
a lot of swollen ankles, man.
This is a deformed toe. I'm going to give it another day or something, and if I'm holding you back, then I don't think it's fair on the group. So I'll give it another couple of days. Yeah, I've been thinking about it.
An hour later, and it's got beyond a joke for Stacey. She's losing hope again.
It's like, why can't it just be a flat road to Scotland? I can do that in flip-flops, but I can't do it with these stupid hiking shoes, or whatever they are. In these clothes.
Fair enough.
My hair like this, I'm sorry. It's so stupid, I know, but I just can't.
Jane's been resting her leg for 2 days. Now she's returning to hospital to see if the drugs have worked.
How do you feel like swelling always? Do you feel less tight?
better.
There's not as much swelling, is there? You've still got some swelling in that right leg. And you've still got residual infection in there. There is still some redness in there. And the danger is if you leap up and start walking straight away, you'll get the swelling back, and that'll encourage infection back, and you might end up right back where we were 2 days ago.
It's very, very sad news. But I think probably the best option is to get yourself fully fit. It can make yourself a lot worse if you don't fix it now.
I really don't want to give up.
You gave up. It's always been absolutely fine. And that's the really difficult thing to accept.
Jane's dream of rejoining the walk is over. She's going home. But before she does, she wants to say goodbye to the group.
I really hope that this isn't the end for her, though, because obviously, you know, this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, or at least to them mentally, it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. To be fair, no. Who's going to want to walk 500 miles ever again in their life? So, yeah, it is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but at the same time, though, what can Jane take away from this? It's only, obviously, I know it's been only 11 days, 10 days, depending. I think she stopped walking after day 9, to be fair. Even though it only been day 9, I think the mentality that she built for herself is a mentality that she should now try and hold on to, you know what I mean, for when she's able to actually walk again and do a little bit of exercise, and then use that to benefit herself moving forward. You know, so, you know, there's always something you can take and learn from any experience, and I really hope that what she can take and learn from the experience is, okay, cool, I was able to really get myself in a positive mindset at this moment in time. Can I keep this mindset once I'm ready to be active again? You know, so yeah, I really hope it turns around for her.
I'm going home today. I'm really sorry, guys. Well, as you can tell, I'm really upset that I can't finish it. But I know you guys can. And just think all the things that you want to achieve, so that when you get to the end, it's just so fantastic what you'll have done, how much fitter you'll be, how much weight you'll have lost. It's just amazing. So please, please keep going. Come on, girlie. You can do it. I'm really sorry.
It's not your fault. I'm disappointed for you, Dan, because I know you wanted to do this.
I did.
And now there's an empty space in my tent.
Oh, you did it for me as well.
The group is down to 7, and things are about to get even tougher.
Of course.
The second week of the 500-mile trek across Britain.
8 miles to get to Bristol. Bristol.
Smell. You know, I'm sick of the countryside as well. Well, I just want to see some concrete and a car and stuff, you know?
Haley's had enough of the country
he's
too.
Sick of the grass. He wants to see some concrete and some car.
Birds.
Some cars.
You know me, a bunch of chickens. They ain't gonna hurt you. Yeah?
The only chicken Haley likes is on a plate.
Chicken. You've got to go back in there through the chicken. We've got to go with the chicken. We'll stand either side of you, alright? Yeah? Have you seen that film with her?
When I was about 5.
It's quite fascinating that she's terrified of chicken when she's seeing them alive and doing their thing, but when it comes to eating them, completely fine. Oh, man.
All right, don't worry. I used to be frightened of birds. You marry them and they take all your money off you.
And now they're lost.
I ain't a bull.
Ow, ow, ow! Stingers! Just idea in the world, man.
Stinging nettles, though, man.
Hello?
Nah, stinging nettles are not the one.
Look, it's got a footpath through there, along that bank, towards the house.
Does it put in banks to sit?
I presume so, yes.
I'm injured.
You're injured? My arse, are you injured?
Stacey is lagging way behind, and fitness expert Matt Wilson resorts to physical force.
Stop resisting it. Come on, stop walking. Yes, you can. We did it the last one, and you did it then.
I lied.
You're acting like a spoiled child.
Oh, that's fun, that.
There's only one more thing that can go wrong.
The weather. Well, this is the UK, right? What do you expect?
Yeah, come on. Come on. There you are. Yeah.
Everyone is being pushed to their limits, and Alice's doubts have returned.
I'm just getting frustrated with things. I'm just not enjoying it at all. So.
You feel that you're just not getting anything out of it?
Yeah, I just don't. Psychologically, I feel like I'm damaging myself more than anything else by being so miserable.
And it's not just Alice who's thinking of packing it in.
Feeling weak as a kitten. I'm feeling weak mentally. I'm thinking I've had enough.
I mean, it is day 12, day 13 anyway, you know what I mean? It was going to get there at some point, right? But now this is the biggest challenge. Well, this is the first biggest challenge now. Okay, it's been 2 weeks in, nearly there. You know, the mind is now doing whatever it's doing. The body's doing whatever it's doing. But to be fair, the body only does what the mind is saying, to be honest with you, right? So the question is, though, if they can conquer this first big challenge of it now being 2 weeks, 3 weeks will be a breeze. 4 weeks will then be another challenge, you know what I mean? Every 2 weeks, if anything, that's when it gets more and more challenging. But that's my assumption. I've never done this before, so I'm just making up assumptions. I believe this is the bridge in Bristol. I've been to this bridge before. I remember driving across it.
Low spirits. At 8 o'clock that evening, they finally arrive in Bristol.
Oh, yeah, I was right. It was Bristol.
Alice's father, Robert, lives in the city and is waiting to meet her.
Oh, hi. Oh, I'm so proud of you.
What's he got in his hand?
Oh.
If this guy bought a cake.
It's just a little present.
What about everyone else though, man? I can't believe everyone else. This is, I don't know, man. Everyone else is probably thinking, what about us? Where's our lot? But hey, listen, end of the day. But I think the problem that I find with Alice is that she seeks too much, not validation, but I feel like she seeks motivation from, she seeks too much exterior motivation. Where is the motivation within herself? You know what I mean? She has to learn to be comfortable within herself with what she's doing. I'm not saying that's not a thing. It's just that every other scene, you see if she's on the phone to her husband, cool, I get it, you know, support system. And then her dad now appears. Like, I don't know, man, I don't know. I just think that even if she completes it, the question is, in the long run, will she be able to continue doing things by herself, for herself, because she was able to build up her own self, you know, motivation? Or is she going to be still, like, looking for someone else to be there to hold her hand throughout the situation, you know? I don't know, I might be looking too much into it, but yeah.
For you, but also for everybody as well, it's an
Look at it.
Freshly baked today.
Wow, you see what I mean? You see what I mean? Like, you just knew it was a cake. I mean, listen, I know they can eat whatever they want, but like, let's be honest. Do you think a cake is gonna make her feel great after? Let's think about this. When we eat food that's fast, whether it's fast food, whether it's sugary food, savory food, whichever food it is that isn't any food that has something in it to make you want more or whatever, right? It doesn't make you feel good after having it. Daddy-o, you should have just stayed at home. It's evident that Daddy over here was probably one of the reasons why she's in this state anyway. You know what I mean? Because usually how you are mentally comes from who you were as a child. It comes from how you was treated as a child, from all the way from your childhood to your teenagehood. And if this is how Dad was, well then you're the result why your daughter's even like this right now. You know, weak mentally, always looking for someone else to motivate her, probably because she never had it before. And then on top of that, always being rewarded with I don't know, man. Listen, I might be saying too much. I don't know, but yeah, this guy he just got my nerves. He should have just stayed at home. Dad, go home, man. Idiot.
Yeah? Oh, you're trouble.
Just remember that you've got your family, who I love very much. So,
which is good, but it seems to me your dad is a weakness, to be honest with you. You know what I mean?
I'm sort my head out a bit and decide what I'm going to do.
But Alice has lost faith in the march, and later that night decides to quit.
You see what I'm saying? Dad came, and what did she do? She went home. Why? Because Daddy has always been there. And Daddy's the one who's always been like, oh, it's okay. It's okay, though. It's okay. You'll be fine. You know, if you want to quit, of course you can quit. Don't worry. Daddy's going to give you a cake. Dad, you're a freaking enabler. I don't like parents like these, man. Where's the tough love at? How does man come and say, with a freshly baked cake, saying, well done, Alice, and then she goes home all of a sudden? It's because she's seen someone who she knows will be more than comfortable with her quitting. More than comfortable with her saying, I can't do it anymore. What a waste man parent.
I really hope that you guys can do it. I really do. I've just it's ticked me.
He's so young.
Take care of yourself, all right?
Yeah.
We'll see you soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Bravo Lodge.
No, I'm not surprised Alice is gone, do you know what I mean? She's been going on about it from fucking day one. She hasn't even really tried, you know? It's just a matter of time, really.
It is, but I was really hoping that her quitting would have been because I was really hoping it would just be a choice that she made by herself as an individual, you know? I'm not saying she didn't, but like Daddy turning up just proved exactly what I just said about him prior to that. You know what I mean? But whatever.
But she's my mate, and I get on with her really, really well. And I just think to myself, well, do I have the strength to get to Edinburgh without her? I just don't know if I do.
4.
You do.
5. Let's go.
Now there are only 6 walkers left.
47. 48.
Matt decides it's time to find out if they've got any fitter and lost any weight.
Great work. 49. 50. Oh, are we going to get one more? 51. Awesome. That is fantastic.
My guy.
Even since...
So he's lost 3 kilos. Dope stuff.
News for everyone.
You've lost 0.2 kilo.
Well, see, I've been replacing fat with muscle. That's got to be the explanation.
And just look forward.
I've got fat. I've been walking.
You haven't been eating differently, though, have you?
Yeah, but it shouldn't still make a difference.
Well, the scales don't lie, do they?
I see. I was saying now, hopefully moving forward, she's now going to consider what she's putting in her body as well as obviously she. And that's what I said earlier in the episode, right? That it's going to be interesting how their minds change about what they're going to end up eating in their body, because just because you're exercising doesn't mean that you can still eat whatever you want and it's going to be fine. So it's going to be interesting how that's going to really, you know, change their mentality, because she was like, well, but I've been walking. And he was like, yeah, but you haven't been changing your eating though. So that's something that's going to obviously hit her hard. She's probably not going to like it. Well, to be fair, we're about to find out.
I put on.
It's because we're eating crap.
After 2 weeks and 100 miles, the group have lost just 1 stone between them.
Well, that is episode 1 done. Let me know if you're still here right now and you want to see more. Let me know again. I'll get another episode for you done. Okay. But yeah, I probably will do this once a week. To be fair, every weekend. You know what I'm saying? It's a long episode and whatnot. Doing this while I'm working is not an easy thing. But yeah, if you want to see another episode, let me know when I get it done for you next weekend. But yeah, no, I like this episode. I like the concept of it. I really do, man. It's really challenging themselves, you know, physically, mentally, and also really allow them to make their own choices as well in terms of whether they want to continue, or whether they should be still eating what they're eating, whether they should just still keep going and wait for others, whether that is it worth being friends with people. There's so many different elements of how, you know, there's so many elements here that are tackled all in one little kind of like situation, which I think is absolutely amazing. So for me, shout out, man. Like, yo, I like this. But you let me know what you're thinking, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you guys in the comment section. And again, if you want to see another episode, let me know, and we'll get down to it next weekend. Okay. Thank you so much for your time. We are done and we are out. Peace.